Hello and welcome back. We are going to be discovering in this episode of the Fiercely Spiritual podcast how to tune into what your soul wants. This is something that I teach my members of the Fiercely Spiritual family, how to tune into your soul, how to access and develop your intuition. And it's something really important. It's a skill that I'm not going to say has to be mastered, but it's so important to master it. And I am going to be explaining how to differentiate between what you want and what your soul wants. It can be a fine line, but we're going to talk all about that in a minute. First of all, I want to introduce myself. If you haven't met me already, I am Sandra Ray. I'm an author, healer, and spiritual teacher, and I'm delighted you're here with me today to discover how to tune into your soul and what it wants. So what happens when you start tuning into your soul? Well, firstly, you start living a more fulfilled life, a life of more ease, of peace, a more enjoyable life. You figure out what your soul wants, and often that could be an act of service. It could involve giving back to others in some way. It could involve creating something. Now, when I say an act of service, it doesn't mean that you're going to have to go out and do something that you don't enjoy, because your soul is going to give you whatever it is. The desire that you have is going to be something that you really enjoy, because your soul wants you to enjoy this life and to have fun while being of service to others. So that's really important to know. So acts of service could involve things like this, like teaching and sharing knowledge. It could involve healing. It could involve creating something that fulfills you but also helps others. It could be giving back in some way. It could be a multitude of things. And we'll talk about that more in a minute. Also, when you start to listen to what your soul wants, you tune into your divine guidance, and this leads you towards your desires. It leads you along the path of least resistance. You let go of struggle, and it just becomes a bit easier. And it's not to say that it's going to be plain sailing all the time. You may encounter bumps on the road, but it will be significantly easier than pushing and struggling and going against what your soul wants. And also, you are confident when you do take action, because you're taking inspired action. You know that what you're doing is soul guided, and you know that you're going in the right direction. Now, autumn is the perfect time to go within and to connect with your soul desires. And we also have a new moon, which is in Virgo. This is Virgo season, and it's the perfect time for introspection and going within. Bear with me a second. You might see the plant behind me moving a little bit. And that is because it is being, come here. It is being eaten by this little puppy. What are you doing? Are you eating the plant? Are you eating the plant? No eating the plant. No, here you go. You can have this instead. Now, hopefully she doesn't start eating it again. Okay, so as I was saying, autumn is the perfect time to go in. It's Virgo season. It's time for introspection, and we are in the perfect place to connect with our soul desires and to start walking our soul path. And also, Archangel Uriel is a perfect angel to connect to help you with this. Autumn is the season where Uriel comes into play, and Uriel is great for helping to illuminate your soul path and to help you follow and tune into your soul guidance. So if you feel drawn to connecting with Uriel, then definitely now is the time. And knowing that your soul wants you to be happy, your soul wants you to have your dreams and desires, but your soul is guiding you towards what it knows will most fulfill you. And sometimes our ego gets in the way and we think, well, I'll be most fulfilled if I buy that new car or the new phone or whatever it is. And if we are trying to live that way, we may be unsatisfied. Maybe your soul wants you to have that new car. It's not saying that that's not what it wants. But usually, as I said, your soul will guide you towards acts of service and towards, sorry, I'm just going to grab Rocky. Come here, come here. Did you get more plants? Did you get more plants? No. Okay, we're going to hold on to you for the rest of this and make sure you're not eating any more. So back to what I was saying, you're going to notice that it's going to be a bit easier to connect with your soul and to follow that guidance during this Virgo season because it's a time of introspection. But how do you differentiate between what your soul is guiding to you towards and what your ego says that is best for you? Well, usually the ego is more, I don't want to use the word selfish, but the ego will usually guide you towards things that will benefit you only, whereas your soul will guide you towards things that will benefit you, but also other people. So if you're finding that you do want a new car and it's going to benefit your family because your old car was breaking down and causing problems, and also the new car is going to be more environmentally friendly, well, that's a win for everyone, and maybe your soul is guiding you towards that. But other times you may be guided towards getting a new pair of shoes, and maybe it's not what your soul is guiding you towards. So have a think about what your soul is guiding you towards. Your soul's always giving you little hints. It's always giving you direction, and you will know because it will benefit you and all concerned. So our dreams are there for the taking. Your soul wants you to have your desires, and it wants you to live a fulfilled life. And this is how you live a life of profound fulfillment, by following your soul guidance. And I know that part of my soul purpose is helping others to connect with their soul, to connect with their angels and guides, to live a life of purpose and of fulfillment, and to walk your soul path. And it's something that I so enjoy doing. I love sharing the knowledge, the wisdom, the ways to connect with your soul, to connect with your angels and guides, and to follow that soul path. So if this is something you would like to learn more about, I will be reopening doors to my members group, the Fiercely Spiritual Family. You've probably heard me talk about it before. It's a place where you can learn all about connecting with the angels, connecting with your soul guidance, your intuition, and learning techniques that will help to elevate your life in so many ways. We go through spiritual tools and processes, and it's a place to connect with other like-minded people who are on the same path as you. And I know that the doors have been closed for quite a while. We're going to reopen for a few days, and it will probably be next year before we reopen again. So if you're thinking of joining, now is the time. I'm going to put a link to the wait list down below, and when doors are open, you'll be the first to find out if you sign up to the wait list. So go ahead, do it now and sign up, and I will be in touch to let you know when the doors are open and when you can join. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoy connecting with your soul and walking your soul path and being of help and of service to others. And I will see you again next week. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.